Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time to the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockhart. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians! Hi, folks. I'm your host with the most, and I am glad to be back here where I could do the most good. It seems my wall is crumbling behind me due to the speed of the fan. And ignore the looming black shape. It's not nearly as menacing as it seems. Owes me a couple bucks. I know you're a dork. Anyway. Hi, folks. We've got a whole lot to discuss. It's a great day. It is Friday. And it's finally Friday, and boy, has this been a week of it. I may be scooting in just a little later than I usually do by a few seconds, but that is because I was dealing with some Patreon stuff. But to my Patreon supporters over at patreon.com/the Historical Fencing Guild, thank you for your patience. The login has been fixed, and I should still be receiving funds and everything like it's supposed to. Apparently there were some password issues that had to be fixed, and it's all going good. So we'll talk about what's on my plate, then we'll talk about what's on yours. I have been knocking out the Simple Spear, and it's coming along very well now. We're starting to get that okay, this is what was missing. So I want to have that done by the end of the month, bar none. And I had planned to be spending most of the weekend leisurely working on it. However, and thank you, Joe, for letting me know, the good folks, one of the people who helped organize it, not our own Joe Bachman, whom I love, nor Trelena Bachman, whom I also love, and both of them in a rabidly inappropriate manner. The Shakespeare in the Park was scheduled slightly wrong. So instead of being next Saturday, it turned to this Sunday. So we will be basically running full steam when I'm not broadcasting to get set up for that and recheck my gear and figure out what I can wear in the public in 90-degree heat with sitting at a 50 to 60% chance of thunderstorm. This is going to be a wild ride. I'm looking forward to it. Whatever happens, I should get to see my good friends Trey and Joey, at least for a little while. And that, assuming everything goes down well, will be at Twin Oaks Park in New Chicago. Contact Joe Bachman. I've shared the information around. So there's that. Also, for the people in the know, when I was doing physical therapy on my hands, I drew a interesting little initial issue of Paul Bunyan Kaiju Hunter. I'm sorry, Paul Bunyan Kaiju Slayer. Uh, Now, Luke Stone of Luke Stone Studios at lukestonestudios.com is not only releasing his book, Hybrids the Sons of God's The Trash Day arc, as a trade paperback remaster, which I will be throwing the video up for in just a second. But he's also involved in a new project with a whole lot of very unusual people called Out of Obscurity. And Out of Obscurity will feature a lot of first-time writers, a lot of newbies, and new creators doing an anthology of public domain characters. Now, here I am sitting on a already drawn up comic and a the scripts in my head for it to be done a little more elaborately. And furthermore, which is something we should normally never mind, but we'll make an exception. So I'm partnering with Luke to have a submission to that little project. Now, this is not going to be a money-making project for anybody. It's more a sampling of new creatives, and the creatives will get the people involved will get copies of the book, to then sell to make their own dang money. It's a neat project. Yes, I've been told that there's some concern that borders on both, like someone used my IP and the dreaded working for exposure. In this case, I do not see it as that, because I have absolute faith that as I start working cons, I can sell the books. I mean, I can sell ice to Eskimos if I need to. And I know that's not a nice term. I didn't know it, but that's an old quote that was given to me by one of my former employees. I don't mean to speak derogatory of any indigenous people, so don't come at me about that. Anyway, so that will be in the works. As soon as I clear the simple spear, I have to look at my digital post-it note wall of doom and start knocking off the finished projects. I may split up Dusk Falls over Ravencleft Gorge into 2 modules, part 1 and part 2, because if I want to do the castle properly, it could be a lengthy module, given that there are several side quests that one can gain from Castle Solitaire. So that should be coming soon. I have several Big Stompy Robots books in stories, so I may just do if they're in a shorter format, do them as a sort of anthology of shorter stories than my usual novella length. I don't know where they're all going to go, but I'm trying different things. I'm trying different presentations, and I'm trying different stuff. So while I wait to hear from you guys on what you have to say about all that, and the fact that I'm going to be armoring, and my beloved wife will be sewing me some new gear to look somewhat striking for my shows, let's watch the plug for the Hybrids Remaster video, and then I'll deep dive your beloved chat, because I want to give you plenty of time.
Welcome to Hybrids, the Sons of Gods. The epic remaster of the original Trash Day arc is now being collected in a standard trade paperback. With more story, more art, and behind-the-scenes information, this book is the way creator Luke Stone intended the story to be told. This special Arrow Comics Remastered edition is full of energy and excitement. Critically acclaimed and one of independent comics' favourite teen books, you are sure to find yourself lost in this expansive universe. So, secure your copy today in this crowd-funded group buy. Once the funds are collected, the books will be sent off to print and delivered post-haste. Luke and the Arrow Comics team have a perfect record of fulfillment. You can pledge with confidence.
And that is referencing the Arrow Comics imprint that involves our own Randy Zimmerman of somewhat rising tide fame. And yes, folks, even though our dear fearless leader, Brian K. Morris, thought the network was dead because he needed to take a step back, a few of us got a little stubborn and said, no, we're still going to cross promote like it exists. And as long as the Facebook group is up, I will keep broadcasting to it because we love Brian. And sometimes we think that in his feelings of limitation, in his imposter syndrome, he forgets just what a wonderful person he is, and he forgets that he started something bigger than him. And a rising tide lifts all boats, Brian. That includes yours. So let's hit the comments. I've given you guys a good chance to get a couple comment dumps, and I want to see how you're doing. Let's get some accountability here on a Friday, because for a lot of us creators who may work a 9 to 5, the weekend is the time we do our real love. So let's see how we're going into it. First through the door is Donna Carleen. Whew. Froze up for a second there. So who's going to start the chat? Carl says, you. Carl, well, I was proud that I wrote something this week. I was so proud. Well, I was so proud that I wrote something this week. Then I saw a video about procrastinating, so I did some more. Almost done updating Uncle Carl's Guide to Munzie, Lulu.com. Folks, Carl does amazing work, and I can't wait to see what new stuff he puts out. Donna says, you'll have to take over as my left arm hand is full of furry sleeping Callie. Aw, she's a kitty cat. That's awesome. So that's where he went after seeing me in the hall. Yes, Carl's plotting gleefully. Anyone else getting stuff done? I know that Michaela's working on something too. Donna Carleen. Finally free. I ain't getting nothing done. Nothing. Well, you know what? It's only 10:13 by my clock. I think you're on the same time zone I am. You can still do something. If you guys write one word a day, you'd have 365 words. That's a short story. It could be one word a day. And that's including the days you're like, and granted how bad my typing is, thanks to the beloved meat hooks of doom. It works. Let's see what else. Poor Donna. You did some editing, though. I saw. See, she's working. Joe Bachman, we are getting patches marked on the job site this morning. Only had to dodge traffic once, and my boss's truck almost got hit twice in the last mile. Don't you dare get hurt and die on me, Joe Bachman. Don't you dare. I like you too much. You need to be groovy. You stay safe. If anything, because it would be hard for me to explain why I suddenly had to adopt Trelena, and then the world would get real interesting. Anyway, I'm kidding. Not really. Anyway, that's nothing. My muses have abandoned me. Oh, I've been there. Oh, I've been there, my friends. In fact, I'm grinding through. Even though I'm making progress again, it has been a battle. The Simple Spear, which will be a relatively short work, has been one of the hardest I've ever cranked out. I know what it's like when you're just your hand is hovering, twitching over the keyboard. Oh, Lord. They will come back, and they will come back in the weirdest way possible if you let them. I find writing something completely irrelevant to what I'm doing lets the thoughts I was working on go fallow a bit, and then it gives me this lovely partial backlog that I can cycle back through, which is something I want to knock out heavily in the very near future because I've been doing it too much. So just let yourself rest. Hey, Joby. My accountability is weak. This week has been abysmal. No furthering of any stories, barely worked on my list. Well, Richie, that they happen. And like I said, I'd be careful not to spread yourself out too far. Hey, Joe. Hey, Rich. Hey, Rich. I've been lucky to get out of bed and get dressed this week. Hey, you know what? I'm just going to say it. Given what you're going through, you might want to reach out to a professional, Richie. And I know you don't have time for it, and I know you don't have money for it, but I really think that given some of your stuff, if you aren't currently speaking with a professional, it might be a good idea. And that's not shaming. I just had a stuff slide. Anyway, um, what I'm saying is, if you're having that kind of medical issue, talk to medical. If it's mental, get help. There's no shame in seeking mental health. Carl used to do that for a living. Uh, give mental health advice, not seek it. I am a talented amateur. But let's get going, okay? And if there's anything I can do, reach out to me. Thank you also for reaching out. Richie had some concerns. Nothing that needs to be aired here, but the way some stuff looked. What he did is he was concerned, so he reached out to me. That's what I want. Most of the time, I'm totally comfortable talking about my stuff in the public. I do that as a form of accountability and as a form of transparency. That way, people know I'm not, two-faced. If I do everything out in the open, I'm accountable for everything. But if you have something you're concerned that maybe I've said, if I've offended someone, or you have a concern about something, reach out. I would rather discuss it and know than have people thinking something and not talking to me about it. So thank you for reaching out. And there's no beef, there's no problem between me and Richie at all. It has all nicely been discussed. And he was looking out in my best interests. It's much like the discussion over, no, I don't think Luke is making me work for exposure. Or there are some people worried that he might be trying to steal my IPs or something. No. Luke is my business partner. Luke is a good person. And I just don't think that of him. Okay? So everything is groovy. Morning, folks. Howdy, howdy. And we got, I feel you, Rich. Storms in this area have us aching. Yes, if you can rewind a bit, there was a thunderstorm band that went through. It was relatively narrow, but it was the length of Indiana, and it's been slamming Tennessee, and Kentucky and Virginia. I think really bad. There's horrific flooding down there. So if you have extra money that you're not, using, and there are several really great. I need to get a new mic stand. My mic stand drives me nuts. Several good charities that are helping the people who have been suffering the flooding this week. And for some reason, it's really not hitting the news like it should because we're caught up in other things. Okay. Even though we're going to sign on the lease, well, check out the apartment next Wednesday. They gave us which unit will be ours. So after work, we'll be stalking the new place. Awesome. Stalk it. Investigate it. Make sure it's not haunted. Okay. See why you set me up. This is why I read my comments before I read them most of the time. Misty stabbed me this morning. I mean, for a danged good reason. I get a monthly shot the first Friday of the month, and it's not like she was shanking me because I snored. Wow, the dyslexia is strong today. Does your getting your shot have side effects? It may be making it worse, and you are well in the. This is me. Dyslexia, dyscalculia, malaprops, and spoonerisms are basically my main language components. Yow, Carl Witzman. Good to hear that it wasn't something learned in the Historical Fencing Guild program, Rich. I may have given Misty a few secret lessons in shanking. To shank, it's a verb. Brought to you by Shank. It's not the solution for all your problems, but certainly a solution. Shank by Nick. Anyway, she used to fence with me, learning from Mick. That's right. This new property is called Belong to Mick. No. Uh, Donna learned some fencing too. I behave so well now. Yes. That's wonderful. I didn't. Are you being facetious? Because I'm curious. Crud, I'll have to find a place to drill and practice once my shoulder lets me pick up a practice weapon again. Absolutely, and I've been finding some gear that's a lot lighter than what we used to fight with. Hit me up, and I'll give you some links and recommendations because I'm all about helping people learn to fight. And yes, this is more what you're seeing right here is a good part of the kind of content you would normally see on the Historical Fencing Guild live stream every 8 p.m. on the Historical Fencing Guild network, which is on YouTube. Uh, Look for the boot. It's pretty easy to find, and my smiling face. But yeah, I've got some. There's a lot of lighter and more economical gear if you're having shoulder problems, because that's something I'm working about. I learned the real meaning of getting your bell rung. Steel sword on steel helm. Yes, it does ring like a bell. Yes, it does. That is so cool. My wife actually, before she joined the SCA, did some live steel choreographed and not so choreographed fighting. Then she switched to SCA, which is a lot more like, well, they use rattan. So think of it as solid bamboo baseball bats for the heavy fighters. Great fun. That's where a lot of my fencing comes from, but not with those. I fence with heavy rapiers. The frustration of the only person working on longsword in a guild of people that works on of working rapier. I'm built for power, not speed. Uh, that's true. You haven't been around a lot lately. We do a lot more concussive stuff now because I found weapons that work better for it to the point where we're talking about adjusting our weaponry. And I'll go boar spear, I'll go longsword. It's not my favorite thing to do, largely because I have to find one that fits my scale, and it's hard because Richie's 6 foot lots, and I'm not. But we can work on that. I want to get practices going. It's just we're in what I call second winter, where it's so hot it might as well be too cold to fight. And I'm still doing something in 90 degrees because apparently sucker is tattooed in ultraviolet ink on my forehead. The good job did a good the HFG did a good job of expanding my family. Yeah, and we're glad to have you. You're awesome people. Showtime. Seats, everyone. Thank you for the announcement. That means I am only 24 minutes behind. And we're joined by our lovely, the adventures of the rock and roll art goddess. Good morning and happy Friday. Yay, everybody. How you doing? How are you? I just got back from a bicycle ride. Woohoo! She wants to ride her bicycle. She wants to ride her bike. Hey, Kat. Glad to see you. Hope you didn't get wet where you were riding. I'm double dipping today. Oh, Lordy. Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. Yes, I hear right now somewhere Brian is cackling, even if he's not watching this program. Holy crud, I'm awake now. Yeah. Hey there, Carl. Sunny here. I think you blew out the speaker on my headphones and my eardrum at only 50%. Yeah, I needed that. You gotta let loose the fury sometimes. Hey, Rich, I had to turn up my volume to hear that intro music and yeah, woohoo! And Ryan Permission is plugging his stuff on and I quote with his episode on the co-host of Cosplay Cafe, Andreas Starnes. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to his channel. Let's see. I kicked it down to 50% because I know how he likes a good morning shout out. Yeah, folks, because you have to just sometimes to get through the day, you just have to, Fusro Da your way through your limitations. Let your inner dragonborn out and just free it, because then the energy can flow so much better. And folks, I like to keep the energy flowing around here, if you know what I mean. And if you don't, just stick around. I'm sure we can all find out together. Now, Ryan Permission, good morning, Nevermorians. How are you? Follow me at all my podcasts. Podcasts. I can speak. I can shout. Can I speak? Linktree Ryan, I quote, "Hey, goddess. See, that's one thing. Cat gets the love and nurturing she deserves here in the digital snuggle fest. That is WNTF. Never mind the furthermore." Anyway, Ryan Permisson is also talking about his special on the 35th anniversary of The Living Daylights with special guests. Let us know your favorite James Bond moments in the comments. I love me some James Bond. And then he's going to a throwback of a star of Hollywood girl, the Peg Entwistle story. Laura Ligori? Okay, blank. Boom. Hey, Joe Bachman, please PM me the FB deets for Sunday. I'll see if I can make it out. Now I'm picturing Nick raising his sword and the lightning coming down like some Saturday morning cartoon. By the power of great. No, that's why we're carefully for this program. We are only bringing the polypropylene weapons. Thunderstorms and steel don't go well together, and I'm a little hesitant to use the Rawlings trainers because they are they have a steel core. So it will be a selected gear, and that's what I'm going to spend the weekend figuring out: what gear, how I want to what I want to wear, and how I want things to go. Keisha Acuff, hello, beautiful people. Hello, beautiful Keisha. I hope you're having a wonderful day, night, and everything else on your sorted networks. And I hope your life is only as haunted as you want it to be. You know what, Keisha, please. You're on Facebook, so there won't even be an issue. Throw your links to your podcasts and such. Ryan Permisson is talking about latest episodes of, and I quote, with a sideshow Heather Bador. And remember, if you want to be on, and I quote, for 2023, they are live Saturdays at 12 p.m. ET, which is a fairly easy. I mean, they're live at noon on Saturdays. If you need to record, we can do that for you. We have friendly conversation and promote your products. So a lot of you guys are launching new stuff. Now, I know I tend to skim Ryan's posts just a little bit, but if you're doing new stuff and he's offering, that's a great place to go. I will have guests again, and likely more frequently, probably on Wednesdays. But as I did with Bonsert, which thank you to Bonsert Vocal and thank you to the chat the chat instead kind of just seemed to enjoy it. So if you enjoyed that program, let me know. There weren't a lot of questions for Bonsert, but you guys seem to watch and enjoy it. If you want more guests or there's somebody you guys think I need to try to reach out for, let me know. I won't be doing the here's their promotion, let's go through it. There are other shows that do that, and they do it better than I choose to. But I want to know about the people behind the story. And I have an working list of people I want to get on here to talk about why they do what they do. Because I think as writers and creators, that's what we're looking for, and that's what we're about. So I want to keep moving on down that line. Let's see. Oh, good morning, Nicholas and Nevermorians. I hope you are all having a great morning, and don't forget to celebrate Sandman Day on Netflix. That's right, folks. This I believe is coming out now. I don't have Netflix. Uh, the simple cost of it is too high right now, which is tragic because there are several programs I'd love to watch. But I do love Sandman. It's a great title. Please watch it if you have that, and tell me how it goes. Reach out to Brian. Maybe you can get a conversation show going about about comic book adaptations in TV and films. I'd love to see what some of you guys have to say about that. And when I say Brian, I mean either Rodman or Brian K. Morris. Although I have to admit, I am heavily in BKM withdrawal. I miss hearing him in the mornings. So, Brian, if you're watching this or you catch it in the reruns, brother, I got love for you. And I want to remind folks, please support Brian K. Morris at risingtide.pub. And please, while we're at it, if you wish to make any donations to me to help me keep the lights on here, there's my PayPal link. I will gleefully accept them. If people, I'm debating doing either an alternate or a special tier on the Historical Fencing Guild account for supporting Nevermind the Furthermore, just to let folks, to help me do this too, because this is a massive investment of time and energy. So I do it, but I appreciate it, and I want you guys to know, because when I do that, I can let Kat art. Now, speaking of Kat, let's run her promotion, and then we're going to talk about go back to and folks, I actually have a whole lovely envelope of these amazing stickers that Kat sent me herself, and it was one of the nicest and most glorious gifts. They will be probably getting framed so that they are safer, and then they're going on to my studio / study as I renovate the place. So I will show some of those a little later. But folks, please support Kat and bug her about making sure that you can get access to these amazing books that she has created. She is a wonderful teacher, and she's doing wonderful support for other art teachers. Her Miss Rothmel's mindfulness is an amazing concept that in this time of high stress can truly help children and instructors. So please support that wonderful woman. And we're back normally. And since we have Brian Rodman in the chat, I want to throw up this. The everlasting epoch of the cosmic wheel is going to bring together memoirs of the angel, Dark by 8, the eldritch tales of Mr. Black, MF Black. And is that the Nevermorians? What are you up to, Brian K. Morris? And why is Brian Rodman using the Nevermorians? Are we all just pawns in his sinister game of power? The only way to find out is to follow him and find out what he's up to. Bum, bum, bum. Alrighty. Back to your lovely comments for a bit, since I'm paying the bills. Let's see. I hope you all are having a wonderful morning, Keisha. We're having an incredible morning over at A-Cuff Creations, and thanks for double dipping. And while I'm talking to you and the lovely Kat Rothmel, because I do love speaking to you lovely ladies over the interwebs, please, folks, like, share, and subscribe to this. Ring the bell so you miss nothing that's coming out, because as the temperature cools off and my brain starts working again, I have some pretty big plans for not only this channel, the show, but the rest of the channel. I'd like to do some more live art streams and a few other really cool things. So good stuff is in the works. Uh, Ryan Permisson is grateful for the community. So have a safe and productive day. Keisha's getting greeted. Getting greeted. I normally pop of all of the time on Facebook, and we love you. Oh, the Facebook LOL. I talk like I'm not on there constantly. We love it. Cat's getting back to Donna. Hey, Donna. I'm still working on Diary of Classroom Teacher, rough draft layout that I'm going to print out to help me organize and continue it. I go back to we don't say the S word on Monday. Boo, hiss, hashtag let cat art. That's right, folks. So we're going to fix that. I have a master plan. Whoa, comment dumps, multiple comment dumps. It's still going. Okay, cool. Like the comments were just, and that usually means that we have been joined by someone. So I want to see if Cindy. Yep. Okay, cool. I'm going to miss tuning in live. XOXO. Well, I'll tell you what, Kat, my love. Remember, on Friday nights at 8 p.m., I do the Historical Fencing Guild live stream. And while it is sword oriented, you can get more of me and some other great people to chat and talk about things. And maybe we'll set up something else a little farther down the line to make sure that you get your dose of the glory that is Nevermind the Furthermore. You think Trey wouldn't just rip a hole in reality and drag his soul back should anything happen to him, and then deposit the blank that hit him where he was? To people who know, I have an ongoing theory that Trelena Bachman is one of the lost Walker sisters. And if you don't know what I'm looking for when you're done with this, begin the deep dive into horror that is Old Gods of Appalachia, an anthology horror podcast brought to you by Nerd Media and created by Steve Shell and Cam Collins. You can find it easily on YouTube and several other streaming platforms. They are an amazing program and probably my favorite podcast. And if anyone could do that, Rich, yeah, Trey could. Oh, God, you know her so well already. And we're joined by Cindy Kep. Happy Friday! Well, we've got Cindy Kep in the house, so y'all know what has to come down the pipe.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
Back to the comments, and I had yet another comment dump. Yay! You guys are making up for yesterday, and I'm making up for Wednesday. Yesterday was its own set of adventures, but do you need to stomp on robots? That's the link to my books on Amazon. Historical Fencing Guild tonight at 7 p.m. Central. That's right, 7 p.m. Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, the Historical Fencing Guild live stream, where we talk swords and shenanigans. Do you need a neurosis? That's a book, silly. And that's Amy Hale. And you know what? I'll do one better on that one, since our own Cindy Kep is being so kind as to promote people. Where did that go? Yes, folks. Amy Hale writes some amazing stuff, and I'm happy to promote her Amazon link with the help of the amazing Cindy Kett. Speaking of Cindy Kett promoting, folks, Nazis get a boot to the snoot. Smashwords.com/book/search question equals Brian K. Morris. Now, I want to take a firm political stand. I am totally comfortable with the punching of Nazis. I am totally comfortable with them being removed by any means necessary. Have a nice day on that one. Okay, Amazon reviews made less impossible, and without a doubt, I need reviews. She's speaking to all of us. Please, when you buy independent creator books, and really, why would you shop for anything other? I'll give you a hint. Patterson does not need your money nearly as much as Brian K. Morris. And I'll say it, I think Brian K. Morris might be better. Boom, boom, boom. So, read Brian's books. Sarah. Morning. I had 0 caffeine in the house. Had to fix it. Good morning, the Dark Mistress. I hope you are doing very well, Sarah. And I know it's hard getting up, moving the little sleeping shoulder dragon aside, and opening your casket and starting the day. But I hope, as the black flame candles light around you and your infernal device produces that diabolical soul-rending liquid that is your morning coffee, that your day goes well for you. And as the clocks tick away, reminding you of the impending doom of all the mortals around you, I hope that it just stays pleasant. I have a whole AU of what your life is like, Sarah, and I'm comfortable living in that world because I think it's funny. I see Sarah as a possibly related to the Addams family, tangentially, in the best way possible. Bear Publications has all the fun books. Cindy Kett would know, hers are there, and Animali has merch. bit.ly/bearpub. Only a couple of likes. Unacceptable. Cracks the cat of 9. Yes, folks, for your own safety, because I can only contain the raw power of Sarah for so long, hit the like. Save yourselves. Comic Talks with Pops Van Zant is being promoted by Cindy Kett. Oh, Sarah, thanks for the reminder. Got it. Thank you. And I appreciate the likes because I really have to fight the algorithms right now. A brief moment to remind you that Facebook is actively blocking several money-making external sites and making it, I believe the term is shadow banning, but it's not quite. But they're obfuscating things like Patreon. So if you're putting your Patreon in the comments on Facebook, you have to promote much harder because rumor has it that Facebook wants to promote their own Patreon. I have an ongoing theory that Mark Zuckerberg wants Facebook to be the entire internet for a lot of people. Whereas I, old relic that I am, remember the Wild West days of the internet, where you never knew what you were going to find and you had to keep a book of links. And I want you guys to promote your individual links free of social media whenever possible, so that we can work outside the algorithms and things that limit our content. I believe in freedom of speech, freedom of thought, and freedom of expression, and I will not be denied in this effort. Therefore, friends, create boldly and fearlessly, edit mercilessly, and profit generously. I hope everything goes every way you wish to make your world and the world around you a better place. Ooh, I felt a little bit of brother love rising up from the back end, friends. I'm not going to stop it on this Friday morning when we stand on the precipice of greatness, destined to create the worlds that will be inhabited by the imaginations of others. Keep pushing, driving, striving, rising above those who would hold you down, like the rising tide that we represent. Can I get an amen? The shot actually helps. My hands have been shaking this week. It'll probably be next week before they stop. Okay, nerve damage and meds, I am all about that. Anytime, oh Dark Pope. Keep it up, Sarah. You're amazing. And we love you. Royal Cruise does animal. Sarah sent me a care package not too long ago, too. And it's right here with my beloved. Look at this. My beloved Elvira pin. Touched by the Dark Mistress, the Mistress of the Dark herself. Yes, we'll get that in there. Okay, you know what? It's blurred, so I can't get dinged for copyright violation. Ha! Sarah, no caffeine? Holy moly, our coffee maker was acting up this morning. Not acceptable, but I fixed it. Yeah, folks, I went to the doctor recently, and I got some news and some stuff I have to deal with. That's what happens when you're my age and you go to the doctor. But I also got to blow her mind because it has been many, many months now since I've had caffeine. And while the addiction effects are gone, you do get through it. I do miss it. I miss that sense of warmth, but that's okay. Victoria Adams' Nepalese-based fantasy has expanded to a 7-part series on Amazon.com/Victoria Adams. Sarah, yeah, there was no way I could function before fixing the lack of caffeine. I understand. Oh, we're joined by Jeremiah, because Jeremiah's a bullfrog and he's a dang good friend of mine. He's flexing his fingers. We know what's coming when our brother Frog G flexes his fingers and gets the webbed little pads typing away on his digital lily pad. I got to hang out with Frog on Nerd Bacon, did fan art. This is what came out of it. Woo. You can get this on DeviantArt/Nick T. It's slightly cropped, but support it. And the link to his wonderful project, which should be in the text below, had Voodoo Gods and Magic. His comic book is going to be amazing. I'm already signed up to get information on it. Please, folks, when he puts the link, and I'm sure he will, follow that. And there's no financial cost, but it lets the algorithms know that people are interested, and that helps them promote his work more. Because Frog G, like Cindy Kep, promotes a lot of people, and these two people are just the dual hearts of my Gallifreyan internet life. It took a lot to regenerate from being Brian K. Morris, but we're here. I feel better. I've gotten used to this body. The nose is still a bit much, but I'm still not a ginger. But we're working on it. Frog G for all things Nick, NicholasTucker.com. And yes, upgrading that website is in my works. SL Roland has heroic trolls. Amazon.com/SL Roland. Excuse me, I should have muted that, but I didn't really have time because of the pain. Nicholas the Fencing Guild, the Historical Fencing Guild. Nick's books on Amazon. Yes, guys, my books are up on Amazon. Please look at them. If you have Kindle Unlimited, you can. If you read them first and then buy them, I get double paid from Amazon, and it doesn't cost you anything special. And then comment, please, because one, I take creative criticism well, and two, it helps build. Again, we're fighting the algorithms to get our stuff out there. What should be pushing the creators instead oppresses them, and I'm offended by that. But when something bothers me, I say it bothers me. Then I get up and I do something about it. And Frog G is hailing us on all frequencies. Oh God, sorry, I almost got a little misty because Nichelle Nichols. Anyway, Lieutenant Uhura passed, and And me bumbling her name is what happens when I'm a little sad about something. And launching September 17th. And sign up now for Frog G Voodoo Gods and Magic on Indiegogo. See this link? It's in there. It's in the chat. Follow it. So support Frog G and check out this unusual comic book. And Donna's greeting, Sarah and Frog. Do you need a custom designed toy? Damian Waldron can help. Studio Hubris Wixsite / Studio Hubris 5. Yes, Damian is an amazing creator, and I love seeing the look on creators' faces when they get to see the action figure he designed for them. Because for many of us, having an action figure based on your IP is one of those great watershed, that benchmark moment where you feel like you've achieved something. And those are important for us. Geeky fun around the Midwest. Quad City Comic Con. Thank you, Cindy. Sarah says, Donna, my fellow conniver. Des Moines QuadCon. I'm so used to saying Quad City. QuadCon Comic and Toy Show, September 24th and 25th. I'll be there. Will you? Cindy will be there. I don't know. I can't fathom where I'm going to be in September. Right now, my world is so unique. I'm starting to get that excitement because my plans are changing and things are popping up just enough that there may, that sense of opportunity, that I think it's called hope, shreds of optimism are creeping into my life again. It's an odd feeling. It's not something I'm used to, kind of pins and needles from lack of circulation. But I'm glad to see folks out there and support Cindy Kep. Carl's Greeting Frog, Cindy Kep Anthologies with a Twist, YaleDragonBooks.com, Meet the Dragons. Frog G is greeting. Hi, Donna, Sarah, Rich, Rock and Roll Acuff. That's right. Denver Martinez does Animalized Colors. And another DeviantArt, I follow them, deviantart.com/TheRaider05. Two girls for what? Something about a kitchen item. I'm not going to go into it. Howdy, Frog. Sarah's like, hey, Frog, how you doing? There's a lot of amphibian love for and furry voice acting from our own Skunk Rocker at Facebook.com/Skunk Rocker Live. I haven't got to hear from Skunk because he's sort of a being of the night, and I've been forced to the realm of day walking. This is not my natural condition. It's greatly affected my writing. But sleep is good, too. Enter the Decoverse. Amazon.com/John Pica. Nerd Culture. YouTube.com/A Whole Lot. Amazon's invade small publisher desks. YouTube.com/user/Silvboat. I know that. That's from the desk of a small press publisher. And you know what? Let's do that. I'm in the mood for your jam, Jody. The next tune was selected to you by Joe D. McPhee.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
You know, folks, Jody's a neat guy, but dang, is his background music a banger. Just brings me back to the days of listening to smooth jazz in the 90s. In a quiet little house in the middle of the woods with creatures moving through the bog that are best not described. Oh, those were the good old days. And Jeremiah and Nura Tickle the algorithm, smash the like, dingle the bells, and subscribe, because Jeremiah is a friend of mine. Frog G concurs and echoes for reasons that only these two know. Tickle the algorithm, smash the like, dingle the bells, and subscribe. Cindy Kemp, Warriors, lots of them. Amazon.com/Michaela Jade. Yes, if you like spiciness, hit up Michaela Jade. Cindy's hybrids are remastered over at www.lukestonestudios.com. I need to get a good commercial just short for Luke Stone, aside from his thing. Thank you, aside from the project we're talking. Zombies are all over Oz. Comixology.com/Eric S. Hawkins, comics creator. Ooh. It's a requirement that to provide one innuendo, by the way. I've already provided mine. Oh, Sarah, dear. Why should anyone here limit themselves to the base minimal effort? If there's one thing I believe, it's that in all things one should give as much effort as one can to make sure that everyone enjoys it. Staff of Detect Lightning. It's a 6-foot metal pole. Oh, I love it. Winning the awards. http://www.stormgatepress.com. Carl Witzman throws open the innuendo box to find an appropriate one. Carl, I threw open the box. Nebulizers looking for angelic memoirs. www.brianrodman.com. Not bad. I'm starting to get my voice control back. Sarah's laughing at Carl. Sarah's all about the yay. Snow joke, more reading. That's Bobby Nash on Amazon. The link is brought to you by our own Cindy Kemp. Carl's got his sunglasses on, looking for trouble. Hi, Nick. Thanks, Cindy. Hey, Pops. We're joined by Pops Van Zant of Cromcom Monthly. There's a wonderful creator there. Rising Tide Lifts All Moods. Studio Hubris Wixsite .com/Rising Tide Pub. By both Jeremiah Nura and Frog G, because they know what it's about. Cindy Kemp, Clayton Murren makes heroes. Facebook, the Hero Maker. Color the Multiverse. Bonsert Vocals. Okay, Kickstarter.com/project/Bonsert Vocal, the Association of Ishtar Steampunk Coloring Book. Result, Color the Multiverse. Yes, folks, please support Bonsert. He was kind enough to come on the show Wednesday and talk about what steampunk means for him and what kind of effect it had on his life. And it was a wonderful journey, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you didn't, go back after the show is done and check out the wonderful program that we did with Bonsert. Ah. Somehow I strained my voice a little bit at the end of the show. Sardinart 76 for vintage cartooniness. How about having Manda on to pimp FezCon closer to the date? That is a wonderful idea, and we have already a couple big names in that we will have Brian K. Morris. We may have the lovely Cookie Morris, the Hand of the Rising Tide. And rumor has it, Carl Witzman may be making an appearance, possibly with Donna Carleen. In short, it could be one heck of a little event, and I want to make sure everybody knows about it. As we get closer, it will become a point of major discussion. Reach out to Amanda Talker at the Benton County Public Library in Fowler, Indiana, for more information. And thus ends my break. Go to Patreon to sign up for the Historical Fencing Guild site. Don't forget to tip your host. Sign up for Rising Tide's newsletter. That's right, folks. So we'll do this in proper order. Support Brian K. Morris at risingtide.com. Pub. I tried to fix it and that did not come out right. And if you would like to tip me, paypal.me/Nicholas Tucker. I could use the money. I'm not even gonna be subtle about it, This the creation I do is the only way I make money while I stay home and I take care of my son. So if you want to help, it is appreciated. Now, let's see. Oh, see, this is awesome. Let's see. Alrighty. That's her break. Launching September 17th. Sign up for Voodoo God. Frog G, Voodoo Gods and Magic. Now, folks, I know I'm repeating his stuff when it comes up because both Frog G and Jeremiah are promoting it. But Frog G does so much promotion for everybody else constantly on every show that I watch, basically, on our tier of YouTube, that he deserves all the attention. So it's awesome. Thanks, Nick, for running my little ad and your beautiful voiceover. It is a pleasure and a privilege. I love doing it. And thank you so much for the stickers that you sent me and the lovely card. The card is hanging up on the string where I put the Christmas cards for good luck. Or it will be when I get a ladder. It's next to them because I have to get a ladder because I am short. So sending you stickers is becoming a thing now? Yes, Sarah, you started something amazing. After you sent me that lovely package of just wonderful stickers and goods, and Elvira, I'm okay with folks sending me stuff. If you know me well enough, I will gladly tell you how to send me stuff. And if that becomes a thing, maybe I'll set up a P.O. box for the people who I don't know to send me stuff. Just, not ticking things. Rodman Rabbit, miss you. Yes, we miss Brian Rodman. And yes, he will always be the Rodman Rabbit. For those of you who know, you know. And those of you who don't, I can't find the picture right now, but it's pretty glorious. And Frog G is promoting Cindy Kep at studiohubris.wixsite.com/Cindy Kep. And Jeremiah and they are both promoting Cindy Kep's books on www.amazon.com/Cindy Kep. That is awesome. Truth, I used to be called Wednesday. Now it's Mortricia. I hope someday you find your Gomez, because there are certain people I've always considered life goals. I believe that Gomez and Mortricia are possibly the best depiction of a loving married family in media. Period. I love those two, and I wish for every Wednesday in my world to grow up to be a Mortricia, and to find her Gomez, and every Gomez to find her Mortricia, who will help you both be better than you are apart. And if that's a little mushy, I'm okay with that. A little bit of love goes for all, and I think love belongs for everyone. Not only liked, but shared, oh Dark Mistress. Please do. I'm not finding this on YouTube. You're not finding that on YouTube because it's no longer done by Brian K. Morris. You have to subscribe to the Nicholas Tuckert, that's me, page. We lost a few people in the conversion, but when Brian stopped hosting this show, it got moved over to my personal site. So please subscribe there, which is here. The old days of the internet when we had to use Gopher and Veronica to find crud. Yes. Oh, wow. Now you're speaking my language. I remember when Ask Jeeves was the new hotness. Oh, God. I'm old enough to have COSYST dial-in bulletin boards with FidoNet board. Wow. Okay. That is just awesome. I thrived most in the the Yahoo Messenger board, uh, message groups, and AOL Instant Messenger. I lived there. Um, I still remember my old handle, and it was tragic the way they deleted it because they shut down the contact information. I lost all the contacts, so I lost everyone I knew through there. And I wonder about them, and I hope they're doing well. Nervous, nervous laughter. Who would keep a book of links? That's crazy. Yeah. I have these are my brain. Unfortunately, I lose them, so I have several scattered about. And it's funny because both I have enough sticky notes that if I bring them up on my computer starts to have difficulty running because I have so many of them. And Frog G uses a similar system. And Hail Pops, caffeine is evil. It's been 25 years without it. I'm doing so much better now. I will say this: for me, it's evil because it negates my nerve meds. So I shake dramatically, and it feels like my fingernails are being sliced open, and at the same time are on fire. It is very unpleasant. So yes, it tells you how addictive it is that I still miss it despite that pain, though. There it is. Hey, yo. Hey, Pops. Good to see you. Hi, Pops. And Frog G is plugging his book, Frog G, Voodoo Gods and Magic. If I haven't said that enough, I will. In my single clubbing days, I used to tell guys my name was Mortricia back in my black hair goth days. Cat is the living embodiment of just about everything that I could find delightfully problematic. And her husband is one of the luckiest men on this planet. But I've met him, and I will tell you this: he knows. Plus, I've seen the pictures of their wedding, and they're so adorable. So, yes, folks, if you didn't know, our own rock and roll art goddess is substantially married and happily so. So, keep that in mind as you fall in love. It is a doomed love, but that's okay. Who doesn't love a good bit of courtly love now and again? Still not Ginger. Anyway, I know that was relating to the joke that I made, but wow. Pops Van Zant, youtube.com comic talks with Pops Van Zant. Frog, got to have you on the show pre-launch. Yes, if you're launching a comic, Pops is a person to talk to. And Pops Van Zant's on the YouTube. Boink! On YouTube. It's the same link. I just got bumbled because I was still thinking about Cat all gothed out. I have my weaknesses. I know it. I can't wait to check out all your evening shows, Nick and BCam. Yes. Right now, my only evening show is the Historical Fencing Guild. BCam's doing Comic Book Spectrum with BCam, Brian Rodman when he can make it around his health, Jody McPhee, Eric Hawkins, and Clyde Hall. And they basically review the comics that have come out and talk about what makes them good, what makes them bad. And you get to see Eric test their aerial capabilities if they suck. Hi, Pops. Hi, Donna. If you missed it, CromCon from Savannah was awesome. Footage on YouTube channel. I love it. Hey, Pops. Sorry, got distracted by Charcoal Kitten. Kittens do that. Hi, Carl. Frog G's plugging from the desk of a small press publisher. Pop Zanzan is plugging RIN or Rin Intergalactic Mercenary is only $72 from funded in 14 hours. Let's go. And Frog is plugging the link for the Kickstarter for Intergalactic Mercenary. We're getting that done. Good morning, John B. Pica. He said, good morning, friends and foes. Facebook has finally notified me that you're broadcasting. Yes, you will get the notice about an hour into the show. I actually will be getting my notice any minute now that I'm broadcasting. Facebook does not like this because they know I am cross-broadcasting. It's part of the trying to get you to only do things on Facebook programs. So, thank you for joining. Can't stay, though. Client calls, but check out backoftheserialbox.fun. No worries. Whoop. Oh, Bonsert will be on the Monday Madness, the 15th. Can't wait to talk to him again. Bonsert's an amazing guest. He's just an amazing person to talk to, and I always find myself enhanced by the conversations. I feel it's there. If it's fiction, it's exploratory, and if it's more history of steampunk and where that's his bailiwick. I haven't said bailiwick yet today, and I do try to say that almost every broadcast. It's one of my favorite words. If it's not what you know, watching him look up and almost astral project into his creations, it's a neat thing. He's just an interesting individual. Tonight we are doing quasi-launch for Albo Grizzly Splinters of Yggdrasil. I can say it. 2B, 7 p.m. on YouTube channel. Sup, Johnny freaking Cage. Follow Johnny at... Oh, I heard a beep. Everything seems to be okay. I do not know what that beep was, but something beeped. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, it was all check. Did my screen die? No, cool. Hail, Johnny. Yeah, great seeing. Johnny's one of my favorite vampires. I love Johnny Cage, and an incredible artist. Thanks, Frog. The creator of Rin is really a good guy. Met him at Savannah Comic Con. Glad you like the goodies, Nick. Oh, I was having internet problems, so I kind of fumbled trying to record the opening, but they're so awesome. And there will be a little bit of scrapping over who gets what sticker because, Mandy likes some of them too. So I'm going to be doing some stuff, and I'm trying to find a way to make a suitable frame for the stickers I get, so that in case we have to redo the wall, because I'd really like to do some renovations in here. My window is probably older than I am with the actual marble windowsill and the lovely plexiglass. I would love to replace some of the windows and better fix my home, but that will mean doing things to my study, which is a little terrifying. Let's see what else we have. Okay. We got a bunch of people greeting each other. That's what it is. I heard that beep. That was my virus protection trying to get me to buy more virus protection or more service protection. And Paul Gomez's fourth book in less than a year, Bougie Boo, Circus 2, live now. Wow, okay. That's a lot to put out. Frog G has the links to Circus Mysteries issues 1 and 2. Thanks, Frog. I figured it out, Nick. Yeah. Glad you're here. Yes, Cindy, we had local BBS systems, and we were on it there all the time. Oh, God. Y'all are taking it back. Back in the day when 2400 band was the fast speed. Yeah. I have a group of links, LOL. Join the madness. Drop yours here, too. Hi-ho, haha, Frog. Hi-ho. Carl's laughing at Rich. We're so glad to go from 300 band to 12 baud. Yeah, my brain keeps taking that as a typo. To 1200, good times. Not. Then again, it was all text, so speed wasn't important, but typing was, and that's probably why I have carpal tunnel and my fingers don't work now. Talking with Bonsart always seems to be a fun tornado of fiction, culture, and history. Absolutely. And I like guests that like Bonsart, where it's just I pull the pin and I can step back and watch it all go, and then when the explosion of content starts to fade, I just hit another detonator and we go that way. It's very comfortable for me as an interviewer to deal with people who are passionate, because you don't usually have to pull the content out of them. And it looks like we have caught up with the comments. We are an hour 17 in. Let me check my assorted ads real quick to see who I haven't thrown some love to. And I'm going to throw some love to our own Dan Hollifield.
Hi there, my name's Dan Hollifield. I'm the senior editor and publisher of Aphelion website. Aphelion has been online since 1997. Since then, we've brought you the very best amateur science fiction and fantasy writing, and given the world at least 100 brand new professional writers from those who have walked through our doorways. So if you enjoy reading, look for Aphelion. That's www.aphelion, APHELION webzine.com. A quick Google of Aphelion-webzine will give you everything you want to know, plus 20 years worth of our backlog of files, our archive of stories stretching back until February of 1997. Think of Aphelion as a permanent floating writer's workshop dedicated to helping new writers become proficient enough to become professional writers and best-selling writers. We have over 100 success stories to our name, and if you're an amateur writer, you may be our next triumph. And if you just like to read stories, we've got plenty of them for you. Just come on by and visit. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
All right, folks. Yeah, support Dan Hollifield. What a tremendous gentleman. He and the entire Stupid O'Clock crew are people I miss dearly when I had to give up being late night types, but they have wonderful programs. The Stupid O'Clock after is basically a comic convention, game convention after show. So the feeling of when you go to Denny's or wherever and you sit around after a con and you talk geeky stuff and have a good time, these guys are all on it. And I don't talk about Joe Dog McKeel enough, but he does wonderful breakdowns of the SpaceX rockets and NASA launches and other things. So please follow those wonderful gentlemen and ladies involved. And I'm going to throw one more ad while I wait for some more comments to trickle in before I'll deal with the comments that are coming in, and then I'll probably wind up the show. This is for my friend Robin Yoda, the Lilac Bunny. It's a nameful. She's currently reviewing video games and doing some live streams. Very chill, very wholesome stuff, and she's trying to get her stuff out there. So while it is a little off topic for us, I also know she's a writer, and I want to build up her notoriety to encourage her to publish more of her works. Because, friends, I am a devout meddler, and I cannot help but meddle and nudge and cajole and ounce people towards leveling up. I'm going to do this again. So here's her ad.
Hi, bunnies. This is Robin Yoda. Just wanting to let you know I have a Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/Robin Yoda. You can catch me there Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific playing Stardew Valley. Saturdays at 2 p.m. playing The Sims 4, and Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific playing a random game from my Game Pass library. You can also find me Mondays on my YouTube channel, Robin Yoda the Lilac Bunny. I hope to see you all there. Thanks for watching.
Now, when she made this video, when I started talking to her, she only had, I want to say, 3 subscribers, and I'm pretty sure I was one of them. So I want to just help her get, again, my goal is to get anyone I know who has a YouTube channel up to 100 subscribers. Kat on all her work, deserves to be over 100 minimum, so that they can get the custom link. Okay, it costs you nothing to subscribe. You're going to get free, good and quality content and entertainment and education out of anyone I promote. So please subscribe to those to help get them 100 subscribers for both Kat and my friend Robin Yoda. I believe we can achieve this. And if you haven't subscribed to me, why not? No, seriously, if I'm not giving you what you want, let me know. If it doesn't offend with my goals or morals, I'll probably facilitate. I want to be of service to the creative community. My personal mission is to help people with this show promote what they do, talk about what makes a creator function, and most importantly, help the creatives, the people who have stories in them, make and maintain that jump as creators. Because the world, you know, people talk about, what does the world owe me? The world doesn't owe you much in this life, but what you owe the world is to try to make it a better place. Because if we all did that, everybody wins. And part of the ways we make the world a better place, people, is by creating and sharing our creations. We are essentially miniature deities in that we can create out of the ether wonders of conceptual thought, characters and creations and stories and settings that move and entertain and educate, that make laugh or cry or put rage in your heart. I'm looking at you, Luke. You know what you did and you know what you're doing. And share the human condition. That sounds both grandiose and far-fetched for, talking about people like, I write stories that involve large stomping military robots and, little bits of random horror and things. But it brings joy and tells a story. And there may even be a message hidden in there. If you want better stuff than what you see in the media, if you find TV lacking, if you find movies becoming kind of dry or overdone or not really what you wish you could watch, feel free to complain. Everyone has the right to complain, and I believe when you complain about something, you need to come up with a solution. And I see the solution is twofold. One, if I don't like the creations or it's not doing what I want, I have to make something. That's a big part of why Big Stompy Robots exists. It's a big part of why the Simple Sword series exists. It's a personal quest to find a better way to do the things I love. And if you're not creating something, or even if you are, you still should be sharing and promoting and supporting the small creators who are making more diverse concept. I'm fascinated by diversity in thought and appeal and idea. What drives us and makes us do, many, many times take massive financial sacrifices because we love what we're doing. And to overcome the fear of failure and fear of judgment, to find out who and what we really can be. This is nothing short of a heroic journey. And if I can help any of you on that journey, I am literally honored and humbled to be a part of it. Uh, and if you can, even with a few dollars to a new creator, because you're going to buy media, we all do. But if you buy from a small creator like the people I've talked about today and many other days, it's not getting spread out over a mess of bureaucracy and middle management and people who do nothing but suckle the blood from the creative community like the leeches they are. That might have been a little spicy, but I'm going to stand by it. Um, it goes to the creators. When money comes to me, it goes to doing things like upgrading my gear so that I can make better stuff. Sometimes I spend it on my family. I buy nice things for my son or my wife. You know, fix up his swing set, things like that. New force pillows or weighted blankets or things. That's I spend the money I make goes to making life a little nicer around here, and to funding my ability to help people because a lot of it goes right back into the Historical Fencing Guild. And I talk to people. I know these creators. I know these people. I talk to them offline, and not for business stuff. No, I do business stuff most often in front of somebody. That way, there's accountability for both people. But about their lives. That's what interests me. And this is how Carl affords coffee. This feeds Carl's cats and Donna's Carlene's cats. It keeps Sarah's clocks ticking. Uh, Lord knows Rich Asplund could use the money. And who hasn't on this channel and this show in its other incarnation heard the phrase hashtag bring cookie home? I am devoted to trying to help that mission because I believe Brian K. Morris and Cookie Morris are some of the best people ever to walk the face of this earth. And Kat deserves to be able to retire. She's done, in my opinion, more than enough. And as talented as she is, she deserves her time. And by supporting these people, you're doing it. Now, I'm going to cut the show off because I've gone later than I usually do, and I've kind of accidentally tiptoed over the line of some other friends over at the Raging 2 network. But I feel this message is important enough to talk about before I send you over there. And if you're interested in the pros and cons of PayPal, of Indiegogo versus Kickstarter, that's what they're talking about. So over on Raging 2 Broadcasting, I'm going to go through the comments, and if nothing dynamic shows up, I'm going to wrap it up. But Frog G needed hops later. May you all forget your umbrellas as blessings rain upon you. Oh, you're a poet, sir. Have a good day. Aphelion has an awesome writer's challenge. Whoops. There we go. And I'm only about 5 minutes behind, so I'm catching up. That Aphelion has an awesome writer's challenge that I've been using for inspiration for about 15 years. Keep writing, Richie. Just finish it and publish it, please. I want to promote. You know what? If you have published works, you said you do, give me the link, Rich. I want to promote your stuff because you need money, but the only way I can help you make money is if you put it out where I can help promote it. Alrighty, Aphelion. Hope y'all have an awesome day and weekend. We will, knowing that you're running around in this world, either bicycling or rollerblading because you're just that awesome. And Rock and Roll Art Goddess has put up her art channel and her teaching channel. Please, guys, go to these and subscribe to both of them. Because you see that horrible gobbledygook. Our own art goddess, Kat, is one of the just kindest, most creative people, and I want to support her. Let's get her over 100. Share her stuff around. There's good education there. If you want to learn digital art, just because it's geared towards younger viewers doesn't mean you can't learn from it. And her creative channel is a wonderful journey. She's a diverse creator. She has ideas, and I want to see more of it. And she says, "Preach it, Nick, and keep on keeping on. Late to the party, but hi. Hey, Bonzert, follow Radio Retro Future at youtube.com/Radio Retro Future for all your steampunk needs. Our Color the Multiverse Kickstarter is currently at 41%. Hit it, guys. It is an amazing coloring book. There's contests. Just dig into this. It's really good stuff. And with that, we actually have to sign off because I need to get some more food in me, and I have quite a bit to do before I sit back down for another broadcast at 8 p.m. tonight on the Historical Fencing Guild. So, guys, like I was bugging Richie and all of you, what I want you to do is create something. Get it down on paper, because if it's not perfect, you can fix it, but you can't edit a blank page. I will see you next Monday right here, this coming Monday, on Nevermind the Furthermore. Oh, and yes, don't forget the awesome figurines he's doing. For another discussion into how to create and support more amazing people. I will see you then, and I will see you tonight, because I know you're all subscribed here, and I know you're all going to be subscribed at the Historical Fencing Guild, because if you don't, Sarah may come out of the darkness and beat you into submission. That's kind of her jam. But otherwise, I will see you sooner than you expect. Have a wonderful day and enjoy your weekend.